Hey guys, welcome back. Season 3 of West Carolina University. We had a pretty solid season last year, ending up winning our conference championship game, even though we did drop the bowl game. Season 3 looks pretty interesting though, because we have a bunch of new faces that we're finally going to get to see how they play. And we have some players coming back for another season to see if they can continue their strong effort. Montel Meja, one of the names that comes to mind. He is one of the freshman running backs we redshirted last year. He's an elite dev 3-star power back. And this man has like barely any caps. I'm super pumped to see what he does as the lead back. Vernon Lyle had a huge season last year, and he's coming back as a sophomore this year to see if he can continue that. And of course, our team wouldn't be anything without the freshman sensation Taylor Rambo. He's coming back for his sophomore season, but right behind him, we just signed an impact development Tyron Colclough. He is a true freshman. We're going to redshirt him this year. He has a decent amount of caps, but with his 96 throw power and crazy agility and change of direction, this man has great accuracy stats too. He even has 86 deep, 87 short, and 80 mid as a true freshman. This guy could be crazy, especially with his 87 speed. It's going to be maybe a position battle later on. And lastly, Billy Turner is an elite dev corner that we got last year that we redshirted. He's going to get a chance to start a couple games this year and see if he can start to make a difference for us. But as we look ahead at the schedule for the upcoming season, we're going to be playing against East Carolina, and we need a revenge in this game. They knocked us off the first year of this dynasty, and we are ready for it. Playing then against Texas State, Appalachian State, North Carolina, which is another game that we need to get a revenge on. Then Troy, Old Dominion, James Madison, and Georgia Southern for a 3-game homestand. Then we'll go on the road to play against Georgia State, who's another team that we have not yet beaten. Marshall, then Arkansas State, then we finally come back home against Coastal Carolina. We already kind of quickly went over the depth chart, but I'll just kind of show you the starters. Taylor Rambo will be the starting quarterback. Montel Meja, again, will be our starting running back at a 74 overall. Cameron Teague will, again, be the fullback for us. Cole Turner is going to get the nod at starting wide receiver as he's a transfer in. Darnell Jackson and Xavier Lee, with Vernon Lyle knocking out the rest of the 4 receivers. Ron Marshall looking to continue his success at a 72 overall. And Lamar Mankins was a running back. We changed him over to a tight end, and he'll get the nod. Rick Smart will be our left tackle. Andrew Spanway at left guard. Russ Westbrook, the freshman, and an 83 overall is our center. Senior Marcus Green will be our right guard. And for right tackle, Vontrese Davis is a true freshman. He's one of the only true freshmen that'll be starting for us. Jared Moma is going to be the starter left end for us. He's got 85 speed. Looks like he could be amazing. Jimmy Ferreira, he was a person we had last year, was a bust. We redshirted him. He's an 80 overall. He's going to be our right end. And DJ Dean and Nick Campbell will be our 1 and 2 D tackles. Left outside linebacker, we'll have KJ Hartley. Terrell Pace was a corner. We moved him to middle linebacker. And Wyatt Jadion will also be one for us. And then Wyatt Wright will be our right outside linebacker once again. DeAndre Harris will be again the starting corner at CB1. We'll then have Tyrone Smithfield and Billy Turner, that elite dev corner, will be our 3rd corner. Grayson Reynolds moved back to safety. He's going to be our free safety, and strong safety once again will be Sheldon Dennis. And we'll have Evan Rhodes, which was a wide receiver we redshirted last year. He will be our returner. And Jamal Mitchell, we moved him over to safety just to put him basically at the slot corner spot. We are ready to start this game up. We are playing against the East Carolina Pirates, a rivalry game. They got the best of us last year. We are not going to let them do that 2 times in a row. So once again, Taylor Rambo. Didn't realize this man has 99 play action. That's ridiculous for a sophomore. Let's see how he does right away. We'll hand the ball off to Montel. We got to get Montel Meja involved early. He's one of the intriguing guys that we have, as we have a guy deep, and he overthrew him. Taylor Rambo, come on, man. We can't be overthrowing things here to start the early season. Unfortunately, we're going to have to punt the ball away on that short completion. We just did not have quite enough to be able to get the first on that, but that's an excellent punt. Time for the defense to come out here. First chance on offense for East Carolina, as they really did well against us last year. I feel like our defense is so much better. We need to continue to stay home against the run and limit their yardage gained. Good tackle there, Wyatt Wright. I am really excited for Wyatt Wright's senior season. I really feel like he's going to break out this year. Evan Rhodes getting his first chance to return. He already seems faster. Seems much faster than Vernon Lau back there on returns. It's Montel Meja. He's got 92 speed too. Even for a power back, that's something we haven't had when we had Cam Walker. Huge sack that we end up taking, and that's going to put us in a tough position. The pressure is too much. Going to have to punt the ball away yet again. First 2 drives immediately ended a punt. We definitely do not like that type of production. Come on, Terrell Pace, let's go. Good tackle from Terrell Pace. He was a corner. Definitely needed to put on a little bit of size in the offseason to be able to play more of that linebacker spot. But this guy has a man deep. Come on, Harris. And immediately DeAndre Harris gets beat over the top yet again. I thought about that when I put him at CB1, but I hoped it wasn't going to happen. But immediately, 7-0, East Carolina. Is this going to be another problem for us? Is DeAndre Harris going to lose it all yet again? We'll try to continue to pound the rock. We've got to establish a run game so that the play-action game works more effectively. Good running. Montel Meja getting some nice carries. Cole Turner there on the outside. Tried a little jet touch. Didn't really work as well as I was hoping for. That play-action was kind of open, but he missed him. Threw it way, way too late. We needed to throw that much earlier, and it would have been fantastic. Good catch from Ron Marshall. A first down grab from Ron Marshall as we'll finally move the chains. Just can't get by with the pressure. Has a little screen pass out to Montel. Tries to spin up field, but he can't get it. Makes it a 3rd and manageable as we'll go RPO to the outside to Xavier Lee. And he makes a move up to the 30. 30-yard line now for our drive. Good cutback from Montel. Good situational awareness from Montel to be able to find his way upfield as Xavier Lee is going to take the RPO to the end zone for the touchdown, and we are tied. What a play from Taylor Rambo to Xavier Lee, who really just made that happen in the open field. And it is a tie game. So defensively, we need to tighten up. We cannot be allowing those huge chunk plays. Just immediately another one. The chunk plays are going to be what kills us. The run game's looking pretty solid for us. At the end of one, though, it is 7-7. Their passing game is really what is making the difference right now, averaging almost 13 yards a play. That is not a winning formula. If we are allowing 13 yards a play, it's just wide open on the wide receiver screen. Hauser, their QB, is just dicing us up right now. We're lucky that they're really trying to force the run game, because that is the only reason that we are even in this game right now, and that is almost caught off the tip. Luckily, they drop it and they'll have to punt, but that really could have been bad. 1st and 10 possession back for Montel Meja. He just gets a nice chunk every time. I really like the averages he's been getting. It's been a little bit better. He just doesn't seem to have that home run ability. Anthony Allen, though, another familiar face. He's been enjoyable to have on this team as the power back. Good find out there for Darnell Jackson just to get a few yards. Brings us up to a 2nd and medium. Quick out to Darnell, nothing. 3rd and short situation. Has a guy on the comeback. What a throw to Darnell. Darnell Jackson really making himself known in the last couple plays. Unluckily, just another hit at a sack, which basically brings us now up to a 3rd down situation after the quick dump off, and Xavier Lee gets the first. Some more motion, trying to confuse the defense a little bit there, just can't get it off. I was really hoping our offensive line was going to be a little bit better than it currently has been. It's kind of been an issue right now. I feel like we have almost no time in the pocket as Taylor Rambo is going to scramble up with it, and he gets the 1st down. That's what we need from him. Another run up with Montel Meja. When Taylor Rambo is using his legs, he's more lethal. And a good run from Anthony Allen, and the powerful running back's going to push his way through. And we're in for the touchdown. So it's 14-7 now after the good run from Anthony Allen and another powerful run from ECU. They are really trying to get this game back to tied. Good hit. Terrell Pace knocking the ball free, and that's a free shot. 1st and 10 situation, throwing it deep, and it's caught for another huge gain. Nathan Leacock, if you remember him from our Kennesaw State dynasty, he was a big name for us, and now he's on East Carolina, so that's even more fitting for this dynasty, as that's a huge play from the wide receiver. He just broke that tackle to be able to keep himself getting the 1st down. That should be intercepted, Sheldon. Sheldon Dennis had an opportunity to intercept it, and that's a perfect throw. Caitlin Hauser, or Catlin Hauser, however you pronounce it, is really dotting us up right now. Can we answer? Taylor Rambo going to scramble with it again. Notices it's man coverage, and he can't quite slide, but he gets down to the 50. Just outside the 50, I guess. Going to have a man somewhat deep, but he waited a little too late again. Need to hit that guy a little bit more up the seam if we're going to make that a complete pass, and he missed him. Just another inaccurate pass. Little pump fake, can't get it to him, so we'll have to punt it away with 32 seconds left in the half. That's an amazing punt. Like, that is truly an amazing punt at the 2-yard line. Is that going to give us an opportunity for a safety? What a play from Deshaun Conway. Deshaun Conway was another redshirt player from last season as he made himself felt there. Going to have just enough time. They actually snapped the ball. Why on earth are they snapping the ball? They could have run the clock out. Come on, Evan. Let's make them pay for it. We'll try to reverse upfield. Evan Rhodes with his speed, and he just can't do it. But at the half, it's 14-14. Kind of been a defensive game-ish for the most part, other than the big chunk plays that have really cost both teams. So ECU will get the ball to start the second half in this closely contested matchup. Will we be able to get our first win? It's one of our first games against a ranked opponent as well. First game, obviously, this season against a ranked opponent. As that one, Sheldon, I feel like you could have seen that one, as he's just tearing us up today. Another quick RPO. Nathan Leacock gets a huge gain. They're already threatening an enemy territory. Can we do anything defensively to be able to stop this? Their no-huddle offense is really a challenge for us right now, as they are just moving right down the field. Down to a 2nd and 5 inside the 10. Wide open running to a 1st and goal. 3-yard line. They're going to scramble out and throws it for a loss. That was a terrible choice to throw that out to the flat. And a good tackle from the whole defense brings up a 3rd and goal situation. Throws it short. Going to have to kick a field goal, and they miss it. He misses the field goal, and they come away with no points at all. We have an opportunity to be able to have a huge momentum shift as Montel Meja getting to the outside all the way down to the 50. And his biggest run as a Megalodon. We'll go back to the ground to Anthony Allen for not much. Back on the ground, gets leveled. 3rd and 9 situation, a pressure right at him, and luckily Taylor falls on it. That is similar to what happened in the first game we played against these guys, where they ended up winning because of some sort of horrible turnover. Under 3 minutes in the third, play action fake, throws it right at Jamal. Luckily he dropped it. That would have been a terrible play for us. Brings up a 3rd and 7. Has nobody going deep, and it's in a double coverage, so they're going to punt the ball away again. Defense has really been showing up for both teams since the half. Evan Rhodes using his speed to the outside as he's down to the 40, and he's finally taken down. You just feel like Evan Rhodes has an opportunity to bring something to the house at some point in one of these returns. A little out route. Wow. The corner just knew that before the receiver even ran the route. Brings up a 3rd and 11. Do we have enough time to get it off? And what a catch. Xavier Lee, one of the most sure-handed players we have on this team, makes a fantastic catch. Keeps the chains moving as we go play action. Don't have enough time. 3rd time Taylor Rambo has been sacked. He's been pressured so many times as well. But Xavier Lee with a good catch. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's still 14 apiece. Do a little bit of motion here. We'll go back to Montel Meja. Gets him to the outside. He's down to the 10, and he's finally taken down at the 6. Trying to continue to more or less stay on the ground. Just do the simple thing. Montel Meja is going to power his way into the end zone for the touchdown, and the Megalodons have the lead. He would not be denied on that run. What a move from him. The powerful leg work. 21-14. Play action. Just going to dump it off, and they're going to break the tackle and get 6. 2nd down and 4. Back to the run game. Going to get the first. 6.5 minutes left in this game. Still anybody's ball game, and what a move. That is a shifty player right there. 1st and 10. Past midfield. Gets a juke move, and he's out to the outside, and he's finally taken down just outside the red zone. Runs it up with a draw play, and he gets about a yard. 5 minutes left in this game. Back to the running game. Gets it to a 3rd and short. Can we get the tackle? Tyrone Smithfield's going to get there. They're going to try to run for 4th down, and they got it. So they are going to run it continuously, just chewing clock and trying to put up some points. Great tackle, 3rd and inches. Running the ball to the outside. He fake pitches and then messes up. Caitlin Hauser really ruined his opportunity there, and he's gonna not do anything and just get sacked. So we have an opportunity to run out the clock. I don't know what kind of lapse they had there, but that was definitely a QB error that forced themselves to basically have to turn the ball over on downs. We're pretty much 1 first down away from being able to ice this game, as ECU has 1 more timeout remaining. And a good, powerful run's going to get the first. We can just knee the game out, and we are going to get our revenge against the Pirates 21-14 in a tough sledding matchup between both of our teams. We had a good ground game, and passing-wise, we did what we needed to, but it really was Montel Meja who was the guy we were able to lean on to be able to get that victory. Taylor Rambo just kind of did what we needed him to. 14 for 25, 145 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. Completion percentage still just kind of where it was last season. Montel Meja 17 for 124 and a touchdown, which was really good. And Taylor Rambo even used his legs too, so we only had -11 from all those sacks instead of what he was having last year. Xavier Lee really showing up massive for us as a junior this year. 6 catches for 98 yards and a touchdown. And defensively, leading the way, Sheldon Dennis, Wyatt Wright, and Terrell Pace all had 7 tackles. Wyatt Wright had 3 TFLs, including half a sack, and he split that sack with Jimmy Ferreira. No interceptions for the squad, and a handful of pass deflections. Looking at some of the recruiting, we're going after quite a bit of offensive linemen, and it's looking decently good for most, if not all of these guys. So hopefully we're able to continue to just keep adding to it. We're also trying to get some more on the defensive line as well. Just trying to continuously have another up-and-coming player behind the current starters that we have. We found this middle linebacker that's a gem who has 86 speed, who looks really solid for us. And then we have a corner over here with 89 speed. The problem is just being restricted to the states that we're in. This was the only corner I could even find. So hopefully we're able to get him locked up. We found a couple quality safeties that we even might be able to turn into a solid safety, or maybe even turn him into a corner. It's just tough. Until we make and win a bowl game, it's going to be tough being restricted to just this region of our college. But Jay Sisko looks like another quality player. We just hope South Carolina doesn't steal him from underneath us. He's got 91 speed, 86 change of direction. He could be a really solid player for us too. Though Texas State is the next matchup, so we'll be heading right into that one. So Texas State starting out 0-2 in the season. We are a 1-0 team. We're looking to continue that record. Haven't played against Texas State yet in this franchise, but PJ Hatter looks like a pretty serviceable QB back there. His 95 throw power might be a problem for us. He's going to test that immediately. Sheldon Dennis getting a good pass deflection right away, as he is not even afraid to throw that thing deep. Gonna just dump it underneath. We had too many guys in our zone. Russ Whalen just not able to do much there, but a huge sack from Jimmy Ferreira, as he already had half a sack last week, and he's getting another one already. For a bust prospect, Jimmy Ferreira is trying to make a name for himself and silence all the haters. I love that storyline growing for him right now. Will that continue? Wyatt Wright getting another sack. He's not letting Jimmy be the leader. Yeah, Jimmy, oh my gosh. Wyatt Wright and PJ Hatter just going at it for a team that hasn't even ever played us before. Evan Rhodes getting to the outside. This man really looks like he's going to take it back at some point this year. Super excited that we actually have somebody who's somewhat elusive back there returning kicks for the first time, because he's got some pretty nice speed. Montel Meja getting a huge hole for 7 yards. Really looked like we could have had more yards there if he just was a little bit quicker. I don't know if it's maybe an acceleration issue there. Montel Meja just powering his way for the first. And we'll just continue to go right back on the ground with him. Gets another 2 yards. We'll go play action. Oh, we had a guy deep. Just didn't have enough time to get it through there. Good catch from Ron Marshall. brings up a field goal situation, which we will nail. 3-0 West Carolina. So Texas State needs to see what they can continue to do on offense. It's unlucky we didn't get a touchdown out of that drive. It kind of really stalled there, but they're just going to run the ball with their QB, and he's got some nice speed. I might have to start putting some spies out on the field if they're going to keep doing that. Wow, how did he get yards there? I really felt like our linebacker was going to push him back. But that's a massive gain, and he's gone. There's no way. This man is so fast. And that is a huge touchdown given up from Tyrone Smithfield. I think it actually might be Tyrone Smithfield. I'm going to get Tyrone and Tyron Colclough. I'm going to get them mixed up for a long time. I'm just telling you now. Anyway, back to Montel Meja. I love having a workhorse back who can really be used on multiple occasions. And I feel like we might have that in Montel Meja. Oh, that could have been great. Just underthrew him a little bit, and it's going to force a punt situation. Offense definitely has been struggling a little bit in the early goings of this season. We didn't even change an offensive coordinator. We changed a defensive coordinator. So if anything, I would be assuming that our defense would be the problem of the first couple weeks. Not that it's been lights out, but it's been good enough to win, obviously, since we won the first game, but that's not good. I feel like anytime you need a big gain, go to Smithfield. I mean, DeAndre Harris isn't much better with him just giving up 80-yard touchdowns whenever. What kind of snap was that? I might want to go back and look at that snap. I feel like it was a lob snap, and he breaks a tackle? Who's this guy? 1st and 10 situation, all the way in the red zone already. Tight ends hurdling people. And Texas State looks like they've got an opportunity to knock us off. 1st and goal. They're really having no issues at all. Just wide open running for the touchdown. All right. Well, it's not how we wanted to start this game. We need to get ourselves in gear. 14-3 is not how we wanted to start this game, as Evan Rhodes has a little bit of a crease. He's got some daylight, and he's across the midfield. He's all the way down to the 20, all the way in for the end zone. Evan Rhodes is going to find a way to score points and keep us in this game. I knew he looked elusive, and he finally made good on his speed. That is a massive touchdown to keep this a 4-point game, and Texas State will get another drive. So the play action fake, and he's going to go down for a sack. Sheldon Dennis. End of the first quarter is 14-10. We have basically no yards at all. 22 yards is not good. Not good for a whole quarter, as their QB already has 150 yards passing. Good thing we get a 3-and-out right away. Hopefully this might be enough to change some momentum at this point. Great blocking. Really thought we might have an opportunity to do something else there, as we'll just try to do some simple, easy stuff. Get Xavier Lee the ball as he picks up a nice 1st down. Montel Meja trying to fight his way forward, gets 6. He always falls forward. It's one of the aspects I like about Montel Meja's game, is he just finds a way to fall forward. Not often that he's losing yards on that one. Open man to the corner of the end zone. He missed him. Ron Marshall had an open touchdown. They just couldn't hit him. And we'll get this one out to Xavier Lee, who picks up the 1st down. Xavier Lee and Darnell Jackson really being solid players for us, as they were first-year players back in the 50-60 overall team. Down to the 1-yard line. We'll try the fullback dive. Cam can't get it. Gonna have to settle for the field goal. I was nervous about that one, but we do make it, and it's 14-13. Kicking the ball off. I am always nervous about those little off-ankle kicks. Half the time, we just miss them. We need to not let them score. That's one of the main things here. 4.5 minutes left in the game. We have an opportunity to get the ball back, especially if we get a quick stop here, and we cannot. 11 is killing us. 11 is going to be a problem for us all game. I'm just telling you that now. For some reason, I feel like we just don't have the athletes to play against this squad. There is a flag. Looks like it's probably a hold. An eligible man downfield. All right, we'll take that. Going with a 1st and 15. Another just open man. Those little out routes, little in routes, just a little quick stuff is what's really the difference maker for this Texas State team. We just cannot cover that. As P.J. Hatter's going to scramble out with it again, and we finally get a good hit on him. Finally getting a hit on the QB, and that's just so much free open running room. This is exactly what I was mentioning a little bit earlier with having a problem with the defensive coordinator. Okay, somehow he didn't get his foot in. Somehow he stayed out. 3rd and 7. Let's make Let's make good on that. PJ Hatter's going to scramble out with it, and he gets down to the 1. That's pretty much for sure going to be some sort of score, and it is. So back to an 8-point game yet again. 21-13. This one looks like it's going to be a shootout. Do we have the players for a shootout, though? That's the question. We have not had a game like this in a while. Good throw over there to Ron Marshall, and he holds on. 2nd down and inches. Blitz coming. Throws it out to the corner. Ron Marshall again for a 1st down. Taylor Rambo hits it for a good completion, and that could have been a pick. Needed to just check it down to the underneath guy. Instead, we forced it a little too much there. Luckily, they didn't get the interception. So we'll go with a little screen pass out to Montel Meja, who will pick up the 1st. Under a minute left in the quarter. Trying to just be safe with the clock. 47 seconds in the quarter. Try to change up some of the blocking schemes so we have time. We just don't. We don't ever have enough time to be able to get these longer passes off. And what a catch. Keeping it to a 4th and 2 situation. Do we have a guy open? It's a huge play to Cole Turner. What a gutsy call on 4th and 2, and it's going to pay off perfectly. As we end up getting the touchdown to Cole Turner, if we would have failed that and they had the ball at midfield with a couple of seconds left to push that to a 2-possession game, that would have been awful. And we're going to go for 2. We're giving ourselves a chance to tie this game in the same spot. Same receiver, different route, works the same way. 21-all with 29 seconds left in the half. Just don't let them score the rest of the half. It's the main name of the game right here. So they're going to go with a play-action fake. And oh my gosh, that could have been intercepted. Just didn't get intercepted by Ben Laney. He didn't even attempt for it. Running the ball and calling their last time out. And it's a huge sack from Jimmy Ferreira. Getting another sack on the season for him. He's breaking out. It's going to be an issue for us. I thought as a bust prospect we were going to need to continue to get players for the defensive line, but I guess not. But at the half, 21 apiece. As they just ended up running the ball and accepting their fate. We received the ball first at the half. Can we continue to put the pressure on, getting a nice score towards the end of the half? We have an opportunity to take the lead, really, without them having an opportunity at a meaningful drive. Good 1st down from Darnell Jackson. We'll go back to the ground game for Montel. He took a shot. Might have to let him rest for a second here. We'll give the ball to Cole Turner on the jet touch. And he's got a nice gain out to the outside. Already across midfield. Dumping it back off to Montel. Tried to just let him make a play. Just not able to make that play for us. 2nd down. And we have a deep throw to the end zone. And it's caught for the touchdown. Xavier Lee wide open on the play action. Had no idea we were going deep. The wheel route just got over the top of everyone. And a perfect throw from Taylor. As we were up 28-21, that is what we want to see. Play action stuff working out great for us. Opportunity with us in the lead for one of the first times here in this game. Good 9-yard gain just on the quick stuff. These quick outs are just so open. Try to play underneath, and then you just have a feeling they're going to beat us deep with something. But no matter what formation we've been trying to, except for that, works great. Whatever formation we try to do, it just seems like it's working out great for Texas State as he gets a huge run. Their running back's gaining 7 yards a carry right now. Wide open, number 11 again on Smithfield, and another touchdown. And he is just going off right now. 28 apiece. Didn't have the lead for long. Can we get it back? This is such a back and forth game. One of the only games we've had like this in a bit. These games are always enjoyable, but they take 20 years off my life. That's a huge sack. Not what you want to take. They're bringing up a 3rd and long situation, and not the guy we want to throw to. I feel like Xavier Lee was kind of open on that one, and I just didn't see him until after I threw the pass. And we'll have to punt it off. So Texas State having an opportunity to take the lead back as their QB is going to get another 9-yard gain. We just don't have enough bodies. We're putting a spy out there, so he can't do that every time, and it could have been picked. Russ Whalen just couldn't get the interception. He's going to power forward. That's a depressing one right there. Could have brought up a 4th down, but instead, the drive continues. 2nd down and 6. Runs up the middle. We thought for sure he was going to go right to the left side. Russ Whalen, a true freshman out there, making a couple freshman mistakes. Just has had 2 opportunities to really blow up plays. Good find in the... Oh, I just don't even know how. That was such a good bullet pass right down the sideline. And it's 2nd down and 4. Situation, good hit. Jamal Mitchell forcing the incompletion. Brings up a 3rd and 4. We have a spy out there, and it's a wide open curl. That's painful. Well, 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. This continues to be a shootout. Can we answer? Evan Rhodes breaking a tackle and gets to the 30. Evan Rhodes looks real good. I'm excited eventually, once he gets better, to put him in these jet touches as Cole Turner gets a nice gain. We'll go back with it again, but instead this time we're going to do a run and gets 4. 4th quarter of play just about to start. 320 passing yards for PJ Hatter is insane for 3 quarters of work. Our defense is being absolutely torched in this new defensive scheme since getting a different coordinator. Good find from Taylor Rambo. Open man to Darnell Jackson, gets a huge gain inside the red zone. And it's a 1st and 10 for Taylor. Gonna drop it off to Montel Meja, who makes a good move and gets 10. It's 2nd and inches, back to the quick RPO, and of course there's a flag. It's going to be a holding on us. Marcus Green should know better as a senior, but wow, that defender ran that route for us. 3rd and 10 situation. This is a massive 3rd down situation. Has a guy open and he underthrows him. We throw that as a high pass. I feel like that's a touchdown, I guess. We'll end up making the field goal. But, I feel like we had enough separation there to be able to just throw a safe pass to be able to score a touchdown. What a shot. But instead, the high pass was the only option, apparently. Not ideal, as that's a massive sack from Wyatt Wright. Couldn't even get the play action off, and that could have been intercepted. Quick 3 and out, though, was extremely needed for this squad, as we will get an opportunity to start this off in great field position from a good defensive stand on defense. Montel Meja running hard. And we'll go back to him again on the ground because we want to run some clock out. 5 minutes left. We're not going to be able to run the whole thing down as Anthony Allen gets a huge run. Unlucky that he fell out of bounds from the hit. And we'll just try to keep running clock. 2nd down and goal. Run to Cole Turner, not going anywhere. We need to score a touchdown, though. We can't be too safe here. Good throw, and it's a touchdown for Ron Marshall. And we're going to take the lead back. Gave them way too much time, though. They have 4 minutes left. So, and immediately number 11 gets a huge gain, and he's all the way down to the 30. PJ Hatter just having himself a night. Huge TFL from the linebackers, and oh my gosh, Russ. Just whizzed that ball right by Russ Whalen. He didn't even react to it. Screen pass was gutsy. There was really no huge gain there to be had. And then they're going to end up making the field goal to tie the game up. And they're giving Taylor Rambo an opportunity to get a game-winning drive. 3 minutes of play, and a huge run from Julius Buford. Starting off in great field position at the 35. Montel Meja tries to get something and gets to the 40. We're fine with letting some clock run right now as Montel Meja gets a huge gain, and he's all the way down in enemy territory. And we're already so close to field goal range. Let it run down to the 2-minute warning, and that's a great TFL. 2nd down and 11. Quick RPO to Darnell. Timeout called for Texas State. Underneath, Xavier Lee again with a nice catch and a 1st down for the Megalodons. In great field position, as long as we don't turn the ball over. That was a huge shot. All out of timeouts for Texas State. It's an opportunity to run one more snap, try to get us in a good spot for field position, as Montel Meja is going to power his way all the way to the end zone, apparently. I wanted to go down before the end zone to clock a little bit more time, but he just said no. Montel Meja just pushed himself in from like 6 yards out by himself. Montel Meja from, yeah, right there. He just powers through 2 defenders by himself. What a huge play. They have 35 seconds now. And a huge gain immediately from number 11. Bo Sparks, 10 catches for 204 yards. We cannot stop Bo Sparks to save our life right now, as he has all day back there. Send somebody. Somebody make him throw the ball away. Thank you. Apparently can't send 3 people. We're even having a spy out there because we just know he's going to run the ball. So we basically have no pressure at all. It's just immediately going to be like exactly what I'm saying. That is not what we want to see. They're going no huddle, though, and they try to audible and run out of time. They try to audible and run out of time. And that ends the game. I can't even believe what just happened. West Carolina is going to get the win. PJ Hatter obviously deserves player of the game. He destroyed us. And they could have snapped the ball, but instead they did an audible and lost the game. That's a coaching error right there. Taylor Rambo also had a solid game, though, with 288 yards and 3 touchdowns with no picks, but didn't even hold a candle to PJ Hatter. I can't even believe that. This game was lost from a QB error, and so was the last game. We're 2-0 because of 2 QB errors right now. 18 rushes for 104 yards and a touchdown from Montel Meja, his second straight 100-yard game. He is really starting off his season excellently. Receiving yards, Xavier Lee once again, 6 catches, 105 yards and a touchdown. Ron Marshall had 5 catches for 61 and a touchdown, and Cole Turner 5 for 53 and a touchdown. Very even. Every receiver who touched the ball had more than 4 catches. Very, very balanced job from Taylor Rambo. And defensively, 8 tackles from Grayson and Sheldon Dennis. 3 TFLs for Wyatt Wright and Jimmy Ferreira. They both had 2 sacks apiece. These guys are just absolute animals right now to start the season. And Sheldon Dennis getting a sack also. No interceptions and a handful of pass deflections. Jay Sisko immediately commits already. Let's go. That was such a fast commit for him to be joining the team. Jimmy Ferreira gets the Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Week with his amazing outing. He's just really bursting onto the scene. But right now, we have another fish to fry in our arch nemesis, App State. This is the game to break the even series tie. They had the best of us the first time we played against them in a close matchup, and we beat them last time. Can we break the series? We're sitting at 2-0. It's kind of an asterisk 2-0 because both those wins, the opposing QB kind of made some errors that were unforced. But Grant Tucker is the spotlight player for wide receiver, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, I think that's Ryan Berger there at QB. If you remember from my App State dynasty a couple months ago, he was a massive player for us, and he gets a huge loss. Deshaun Conway and Jimmy Ferreira, I'm pretty sure, just got back there so quick. Couldn't even get the play action underway. Just taking a huge loss. Going to run with their running back who gets a huge stiff arm, and Alexander gets a nice couple yard gain. They're already back to a 3rd and 8, and it's a drop. Good hit, forcing the incompletion and a quick 3 and out as we have an opportunity to get some points on offense. Taylor Rambo coming back out here. He really needs to have kind of a breakout game. He did much better last game, having 280 plus and 3 touchdowns. But he needs to continue that effort. He had such a huge freshman season. It seems like he's had a little bit more of an off year so far. So a nice gain there from Xavier Lee starts us off with another first down situation, and Montel Meja getting a nice run. 8-yard gain from Montel Meja, setting us up in a good spot as Ron Marshall has the man beat over the top, and he gets a huge gain. And it's 1st and goal. Little motion with the orbit pass out to Darnell, and he's in for the touchdown, and it's 7-0 early. Huge play from both the offense and the defense to start off with a lead against our rivals. Again, we win this game, that'll be our 4th rival game, and we'll be able to unlock the Architect skill tree, which is a huge advancement in our organization. Getting a good tackle, but it's after a 7-yard gain. Huge play, DJ Dean. 3rd and 5 situation. Trying to get the guy underneath. Jimmy Ferreira, another sack. He is an animal to start the season right now. They're going to have to punt the ball away yet again. Evan Rhodes trying to get some sort of return, can't get much. 1st and 10, little pitch play out to Montel Meja, just not fast enough. close, but just not quite fast enough on that one. Oh, we just didn't have enough time to get rid of it. 3rd and 13 situation, little option play out to Meja, nothing. So we'll settle for a punt of our own. Would have loved to get a 2-possession lead, but that's an excellent punt. At the 8-yard line to start the drive is actually quite solid. Horrible throw. I don't know if Ryan Berger is flustered or something, but he just got nailed again. Jimmy Ferreira right in his face yet again. And that's a good underneath throw. Can we make the tackle? Yes. Brings up another punt situation. And our defense is showing up so far here in the beginnings of this first quarter. Evan Rhodes out to the outside, and he's going to get knocked out. Gets knocked out at the 30-yard line. It'll go back to the ground game. 5 for 13, just kind of some tough sledding from Montel the first part of this game. And that's a great find to Darnell Jackson. The play action had him fooled so much. And it's a wide open touchdown for Darnell Jackson. Good throw from Taylor Rambo. And really no shot on that one for the defense. So it's 1st and 10 yet again. Good catch. Looking back at that App State dynasty, I've really loved a bunch of the receivers that those guys had. Dalton Stroman, Caden Robinson, all these guys, they were a lot of fun and could build really easily. Wyatt Wright, though, getting a huge sack on Ryan Berger. But Ryan Berger was kind of an animal for us as well. But in this game, he's getting destroyed. In this game, he is just getting sacked and sacked and sacked. It's 4th and 30. And they're going to punt the ball from their own 15-yard line out to Evan Rhodes. Can we get another okay return? Starting the ball again at midfield. Another play action for Taylor Rambo. Wide open receiver to Ron Marshall. At the end of the first quarter, it's 14-0. And they have -2 yards total. -2. Just so many sacks is actually ridiculous right now for them. Taylor Rambo trying to just school out of the pocket. Not a safe option to throw to, so he just throws it away. And will live to fight another down. Good catch from Ron Marshall. Makes it a manageable 3rd and 5. Going to the RPO out there to Darnell Jackson, who gets a good cut move, and he's down to the 2. Little more motion. Get some more blockers onto the strong side. And Montel can't do anything. Great corner blitz. 2nd down and goal. Play action fake. Taylor Rambo scrolling out with it. He can't do anything. 3rd and goal situation. Looks to the underneath man. It's dropped. And it is a field goal situation. Can we get the field goal? Well, that is not what you want to see, but I already talked about that in the previous game. I just feel like those bad angle kicks, you are just going to miss them. I don't know. But college kickers, that's what they do. They miss. So 3rd and 13, though, already. Just having to scroll out of the pocket. Finds a receiver, but can't get the first. So 4th and 3, just kind of shoots this one straight up in the air. Not a good punt, but there won't be a return. 1st and 10 situation, just finding the underneath route again. Sometimes just a little safe route is all that you kind of need. Can we find an open receiver deep? He has so much time. Finds an open man for Darnell Jackson and a huge 1st down inside the 10. Darnell Jackson is really going off in this game right now. Open man, Ron Marshall, touchdown, and we're up by another score. Is this going to be a rout of our rival? 21-0. With still 4 minutes left in the second quarter. There's not a lot happening. Good hit. App State really needs to get something going immediately, or else it's going to be a big uphill battle for them. Another sack. The 5th sack of the game. Wyatt Wright and Jimmy Ferreira getting in there yet again. That was a risky play. 4th and 26, punting from their own 3-yard line. Have they even made it past the 50 in this game yet? I don't know. I don't know if they have made it past the 50. I feel like they've only had 1 1st down in this whole game. That was kind of a risky pass, and it is dropped. 2nd down and 10, going with just the short screen play. gets a couple yards back, brings it up to a 3rd and 7 situation. That was not who we were wanting to throw that one to, and it's going to end up being a punt situation. Trying to angle this one out to the side. Terrible punt. Just a horrible everything. We just want to forget that entire drive and punt situation. It gets us to the 2-minute warning. Still 21-0. Still has nobody open. Our defense is absolutely clamping this App State offense. Look at that, boys. They got a first down. They got a first down and threw it right to Ross Whalen. The true freshman safety who's over there at sub linebacker gets his first interception as a Megalodon, and they threw it right to him. What a good read from Ross Whalen. Just making the great plays. Puts us in, oh my gosh, let's not do that again. Taylor Rambo tried to just give it right back to him on the very next play. And I'm also very glad that that one wasn't there. We just had to get rid of it because we just didn't have enough person open there. Terrible possession entirely. 3 bad throws. We'll end up trying to salvage some points out of this, and we will get the points. So we're going to advance the lead to 24-0 here before the half. If they don't score, this one might be one of those games that we end up only watching a little bit of. 1st and 10. Throws it quick, and he held on to that. What a catch. 2nd and 1. Underneath to the running back gets the first down. Look at that. Another first down. And he throws another interception right to DeAndre Harris. If you're throwing an interception to DeAndre Harris, you know you're struggling right now. DeAndre Harris gets an interception, and we have another opportunity to put up more points. I mean, we're starting at the 36-yard line. We have a great opportunity to put up points. Oh, we overthrew a wide open guy. That's just tough. That's so tough. Had an open guy. Throws a nice high pass to Cole Turner down to the 1. Down to the 1-yard line on an excellent play. Gonna just run the ball up the middle to Montel Meja, and we go up even more. A massive, massive lead. A massive, massive lead at halftime. It is 31-0. Ron Marshall, 4 catches for 75 yards and a touchdown at the half. He's breaking out in this game. Been a little bit quiet to start the year. But, I mean, if we score another touchdown and they kind of get held out, this game's pretty much over. We're even starting off with the ball right now. I think we put points up in general. This game's done. So here we go. Taylor Rambo really having the breakout game he needed to, as he has been pretty good so far in this one. That could have been a touchdown. Unlucky we got hit as we threw. Taylor Rambo just going to scramble out with it and can't quite get the first. So we'll have to punt the ball away. Oh, I thought for sure he was going to run into the kicker there for a minute. But that's a pretty solid punt, angled out of the 21. Just absolutely blown up from DJ Dean. Not a chance that that one was working. A 4-yard loss. Get about half of it back to bring up a 3rd and medium situation, and it's almost intercepted by Smithfield. Can you imagine if all the corners got an interception on that? That'd have been nice. Terrible punt. Doesn't even make it to the returner. Basically getting this ball in midfield. I don't know what was happening on that one. Gives the guy an opportunity. Can't get the jump ball for Darnell Jackson. We'll just try to go back to the run game. We don't want to force it too much here with Taylor Rambo. Let's just continue to milk some clock down. We don't want to let them get an opportunity to get back into it. Oh my lord, Darnell Jackson took a shot. He's losing 18 speed. This man is dead. This man's leg is still on the field. -17 medium route. Oh my gosh. So it's safe to say he's not going to be playing for a little bit there. Xavier Lee, though, to the outside, gets a little stutter step, and a huge move from Xavier Lee, and immediately a touchdown for West Carolina, and it's 38-0. That is going to be the end of this one. There's no shot for App State here. And that is right, 59-0. I believe that's the first shutout in our program history, and against a rival nonetheless, and put up a 50-burger on him. Taylor Rambo, 313 yards, 5 touchdowns. Incredible day. Incredible day for him. Tying the record for most passing touchdowns in a game. And we held them to 80 yards of total offense. They had -40 rushing yards. Holy smokes. Taylor Rambo again, 17 for 34. Had a really, really good game. We even got to have BJ Brahms come in there for pretty much the whole fourth quarter and let him get a little bit of playing time in. He played well in the snaps that he had. Montel Major ended up only getting 10 carries for 2.6. He really couldn't get it going that much at all. He ended up still getting a touchdown, but then we ended up just having some of the backups in for a little bit to chew some clock. Receiving wise, Darnell Jackson still going off. 6 catches for 102 and 2 touchdowns. Ron Marshall had 4 for 75 and a touchdown. Xavier Lee, 4 for 98 and a touchdown. And defensively, 6 tackles for Wyatt Wright and 6 for Jamal Mitchell. And holy smokes, Wyatt Wright just had 6 TFLs. That is a record. That is the new single game record for TFLs in a game. Well done, Wyatt Wright, making his mark in West Carolina University history. Jimmy Ferreira also had a pretty good game there with his 3 TFLs, 2.5 sacks for Wyatt Wright and 2 sacks for Jimmy Ferreira. Those two are such a formidable defensive line. I mean, absolutely ridiculous productivity between these two guys to open up the beginning of the season. They are definitely going to be breaking a record. Russ Whalen also gets 2 interceptions, the true freshman. That's a huge game for him. And DeAndre getting an interception, and we had a handful of pass deflections. But that one interception that Russ Whalen had ended up being a pick 6. We have officially done it. We now have the architect tree available to be unlocked, and we are going to be upgrading with some of these points. We had these 100 points saved for a while, and I think it's time that we're going to go hard on some of these more, I guess, a higher amount of players in these positions. So like defensive backs, definitely offensive linemen and defensive linemen, probably also going to go for QBs, I would say. But we just want to get the most bang for our buck here. I don't know how many points I want to put into this architect tree because we still have other trees that we want to unlock and use. We at least have the opportunity to do a random skill cap increase every time they level up, and we might as well do the wide receivers while we're thinking about it. I think we're going to end up also helping out to get our QB get an off-season training boost. I think I would love to have that here with our next upgrade. But Wyatt Wright obviously getting the Sun Belt Defensive Player and National Defensive Player of the Week. Taylor Rambo also getting an Offensive Player of the Week award. I don't know if he's had one of those, but that's really awesome to see his improvement. Nate McNulty, the only cornerback we could even go after, commits to this program. We're getting quite close to committing Avery Bullock, the defensive tackle. Super close also for James Castaneda. He is right on the cusp of committing. There's no shot Navy makes it to week 13 for a visit there. And our safeties are looking pretty good too. Enrique Hall should commit next week. That'd be another great signing for us, as we already got Jay Sisko. We're sitting at 3-0 to start this season. Last game played super well against App State. Only really one that we're kind of worried about in this game right now is Coastal Carolina, which we played at the end of the year, and Georgia State. That's one of the ones that we have yet to beat so far in our dynasty. Hopefully we'll finally get our chance to get a revenge. But right now, we got to get a revenge against North Carolina, because that was a nail-biter of a game the first time we played against them. And it's time to get our revenge against them and knock them off, because this year we are different, because they are ranked number 24 in the country at a perfect 4-0. This one's going to be tough. 3-0 versus 4-0, another ranked game for us. Can we get the win? Good hit. I love that energy. Chris Culliver, hate playing against this guy. He always finds a way to just completely destroy us when we play him. And a wide open receiver immediately. Let's hope this is not how this day is going to start, because that is not how we want to see this. I think luckily we don't have to play against Amarion Hampton anymore, and that's immediately intercepted. What a play from Wyatt Jadeon. He's hardly even on the field, but he makes a massive play. Can we shift momentum that quick and that easy? Probably not going to be that easy, as we immediately lose yards and basically don't get anything. It's 3rd and 9 now for us, as we'll try to throw that over the middle, and he misses it, so we'll just have to punt it away pretty much immediately afterward. But at least we got an opportunity to kind of see what that looked like. Punts him down to the 3, which is kind of a crazy punt. George Pettaway is going to lose a yard, and they're going to try to get to the outside, and he gets to the 7. 3rd and 7. Has some pressure, and he drops it. What a drop from their receiver to bring up a punt situation. That was a freebie first down that they just could not hold on to. And Evan Rhodes is going to get some speed to the outside, and oh my gosh, he's not fast enough for 26. That was lucky they had that guy out in coverage, because that might have been a return. Starting us in great field position, though, as we get to a 2nd and 7. Can't get it. 3rd down and 7. Pressure so much. Barely even got the running back out in space. And he's going to get the first. Montel Major giving ourselves an opportunity here. Gets it to Ron Marshall. He dives for the pylon, and somehow they don't give it to him. So instead, we'll just have to run it to Montel Major, and he will get in for the touchdown. But I don't know how we didn't get that touchdown with Ron Marshall, to be honest. But let's go. 7-0 immediately right out the gate. Such a great opportunity for us to be able to take a little bit of the lead here. We got to get this crowd out of the game. Good pressure, and who is it? Of course, it's Jimmy Ferreira with another sack. He is absolutely going to break the sack record this year. There's no way about it. At least the team won anyway. I don't know about the NCAA one, but I think our team won for sure. Has another sack from Sheldon Dennis. Brings up a 4th and 17 and another punt from North Carolina. They're going to try to give this one out to Evan Rhodes as he tries to get to the outside. There is a flag. Of course, it's probably going to be coming back. And yeah, it is. So holding on the offense is going to push us back. We just won't be storing the ball on their side, basically, at this point. Montel Major tries to get somewhere. He's not quite fast enough to get to the outside. Motioning in our receiver. Goes back to the screen. Pass to the running back, and he gets a nice gain. 3rd and 4 situation. Do we have a guy? Can't get it to him. Brings up another punt situation. I'm not in love with this right now. I would really, really love if we could get a 2-score lead on this team because they can put up points in a hurry. George Pettaway not getting much there. That almost could have been picked. DeAndre Harris just needs to want it more. Good play from Deshaun Conway brings up a punt situation, and our defense has really been shining right now as of the last 5 quarters. Scoreless. As Evan Rhodes getting to the outside, and he makes a nice play. 1st and 10 situation. Play action fake, and they're not fooled at all. Going to go down for the sack, and at the end of the 1st quarter, 7-0. It might even be more than 5 quarters we've had scoreless. I don't remember how the 2nd game of the season ended up. But that is not a good throw. Not a good throw. Not enough zip on it, and the safety was definitely eyeing it up. So we have to punt it away yet again. 8-yard line. Throwing it, not good. 2nd down and 10. Just a quick little pop pass out to the receiver, and there's nobody there. You gotta stay contained. And he's getting a huge gain to the 15-yard line from like their own 8. What a play. Gets a good TFL, but they're already in excellent field position to be able to tie this game up. 3rd and 7. Can we hold him to a field goal? No, we can't. Great throw from Harrell, and they are going to tie this game up at 7 apiece. Kicking it back off to Evan Rhodes. He already has 1 return for a touchdown in this season. Can he get another one? He's fast, but he's just not enough on that one. Gets a good throw over to Ron Marshall, and he gets a nice gain, and he's all the way down to the 46-yard line. A little bit more motion. We've been loving our motion here. Gets Cole Turner the ball. Cole Turner's been kind of quiet, not going to lie, to be honest, at the beginning of the season. Taylor Rambo just trying to find somebody. Scrambles for a huge gain, and he's down into enemy territory. We are already down inside the 30. Just nothing doing for that run play as we'll go back to the jet touch. And Cole Turner gets to the outside, and just as I say Cole Turner doesn't do anything, he gets a touchdown. Gets a huge jet touchdown. And wow, he almost dropped the ball on the ref's head. Okay, so that is massive. Gets to a 2nd and medium. Harrell just scrambling out with it. Gets a good move. Russ Whalen, the awareness from him to be able to hold him before the 1st down. Unfortunate he still picks up the 1st down on the little dump play. And the little run again is just working so good for them right now. 1st and 10. Harrell back, wide open, receiver gets 6. 2nd down and 4. The blitz was fast, but it wasn't enough as they're going to get a huge run, and he's not going to be stopped. And that's a touchdown for North Carolina. They're going to tie this game back up before the half. George Pettaway making a good move, but they do score a little bit fast. Buford's going to be back to return. Gets a good crease, and Julius Buford's down to midfield, and he's caught from behind. Oh, we can't get caught from behind like that, Julius. A 4-yard loss is not what you want to see. The play action, though, looks real good for Ron Marshall. Getting to enemy territory at the 40. Good throw and catch to Xavier Lee. A little bit more motion, more confusion, trying to get something going here. Just going to dump it off safe for Cole Turner and gets to a 3rd and 1. Throws it quick. Good catch for Ron Marshall, and he gets out of bounds. Still has a timeout left on our side. Throws it. Almost picked. Gotta get more arm strength on that pass. Open man right in the middle. Touchdown for Darnell Jackson. And a huge play from Darnell Jackson to find the soft spot in the zone and take the lead back for West Carolina with 19 seconds left in the half. Are they going to just concede and go into the half down 7? They run the ball and call a timeout. I don't know why they always do that. I feel like it's such a waste of everything there, as they're just going to scramble with the QB and get the first. They call another timeout. They basically gained no yards and called 2 of their timeouts. Last timeout already called, so they can't even get a field goal. There's 1 second left, and it's going to be a sack from Terrell Pace. Good job pressuring the QB and forcing it to stay 21-14. So do we have it in us? Can we make it through the rest of the second half and stay on top of North Carolina? One of the other in-state rivalries for us. We have not yet had an opportunity to beat them. Gets the little dump off to Montel Meja. Just too fast to have his blocker get there first. Good run with Cam Teague, and he fumbles the ball. And oh no. Please don't tell me they got the ball. Unbelievable. I don't think I have enough evidence to be able to overturn that play. And they have the ball in excellent field position. Running the ball immediately back off with Petaway, gets the first. They have so much momentum right now. Huge hit from Terrell. 2nd and 9. Option play, they run up the middle, gets 3 more. Or 6 more, actually. 3rd and 3. Great tackle. Brings up a 4th down. Can we get the stop? There's not a shot. They're going to turn it over on downs, and it's right back to Montel Meja, who gets a huge gain, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Montel Meja gashing the North Carolina defense immediately after getting the ball back. That is why we need him. Having that workhorse back is so important. The play action, throwing it underneath to Ron Marshall, and he gets a huge gain, and we're down inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. Quick little dump off on the screen, gets back to the line of scrimmage. 4.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Ron Marshall wide open underneath, gets inside the 10. Read option play, gonna run it with Taylor Rambo. They did expect it, oddly enough. Little RPO, quick gain out to Darnell, and he finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown, and that's gonna put on the pressure against this Tar Heel team. The pressure is on as it is a 2-score game, a little over halfway through the 3rd quarter. Now I know they can score in a hurry, so I'm not confident whatsoever. Great play, Sheldon Dennis, what are you doing? Great play from the wide receiver, Jimmy Ferreira, though, making himself felt on that stop. Gets a 2-yard TFL. After throwing the ball away, it's a 3rd and long situation. Does he have him open? Oh, he overthrew him. Definitely had a step on DeAndre Harris, but the overthrow is going to be costly. Especially if we have an opportunity to either put up some points here or run a ton of clock. 2nd down and 9. Under pressure and just going to take the sack. 3rd and 16 now. Nothing doing again. Not what we wanted, just taking only about a minute off the clock. 1st and 10, just a quick throw on the orbit screen, and there is a flag. Is it going to be illegal contact? It is. Russ Whalen, true freshman mistake there, giving him a couple yards. And 2nd down, nothing doing Wyatt Wright. Wyatt Wright making a great play. The pressure so fast. And it's 4th and 12 situation. And an immediate punt yet again. Can Evan Rhodes make some splash? No. 1st and 10, back to the ground game. Getting us to the 4th quarter. It's 28-14 West Carolina. So we have been outgaining them. And we were 8 minutes away from beating a second rival. 3rd and 3. Cole Turner can't do it. 4th down, another punt. Basically just got 2 minutes off the clock and won the field position battle as we're going to down them inside the 10. Great punt. Down here at the 9-yard line is they're definitely starting to run out of time. Good move for Petaway. Gets himself a nice first down catch and just so much room up the middle. I mean, we're expecting it to be a pass. I mean, with them being down by 2 scores. But they have run the ball now on 4 consecutive plays, and they're going to lose 6, though, on that one. Finally decide to throw the ball, and there's nobody open. We're just expecting pass because they need to score in a hurry. They don't have the time to be able to run the clock out like that. They've already run over 2 minutes off the clock, and they're going to throw this thing deep, and it is deflected and intercepted by Sheldon Dennis. And that should pretty much do it, as he stiff arms a guy and he's down at midfield. And we should be able to run the rest of the clock out there. There's no way. What an interception from Sheldon Dennis. I think that got deflected. I'm pretty sure that got deflected by DeAndre Harris right into Sheldon Dennis's waiting arms. Look at this. Throws it. Yeah, oh no, it was Smithfield. And so that's going to do it. 31-21, we're going to knock off our rivals in number 24 in the country, North Carolina. I mean, do we have an opportunity to become ranked this year? Sitting at 4-0 to start the season. Taylor Rainbow, another efficient completion percentage, 73% completion percentage. He was 22 for 30 for 228 and 3 touchdowns. No interceptions yet again, playing some clean football. Montel Meja, second game in a row, only averaging 2.6 yards. Did end up getting a touchdown to kind of somewhat salvage it, but he also had 5 catches too, oddly enough. 6 for 107 for Ron Marshall, and Darnell Jackson got 2 touchdowns on only 4 catches. Leading tackler was Grayson Reynolds with 9. We had 3 TFLs for Jimmy Ferreira, who is again getting more sacks. 1 sack for Terrell, 1 for Sheldon Dennis, and Deshaun and Jimmy both had half a sack. Interception for Wyatt Dion and Sheldon Dennis to help seal the game, and a handful of pass deflections. Sheldon Dennis ends up getting the Sunbelt Defensive Player of the Week. And we have a couple commits. Avery Bullock, the D-tackle, ended up committing. James Castaneda, the gem middle linebacker, commits. And Enrique Hull, the free safety hybrid player, he commits too. So we got 5 commits already. And we're able to kind of reallocate some of these points to kind of more or less just slam a bunch of points into these guys. And it's looking pretty solid for most of them. Hopefully we'll be able to sign majority of these guys. But we're sitting at 4-0, undefeated in conference play, obviously at 2-0. Can we continue to apply the pressure? Georgia State is the only one who is just closely behind us. They have 1 conference loss, which is the main difference right now, that they are not first place in the division. But they've only scored 60 points in 4 games. That's not a lot. It's not a lot at all. But look at that, boys. We are getting votes. We're basically ranked 27th in the country right now. If we win next week, could we become ranked? But that's pretty much going to end it for this video. We'll pick up next week where we play against Troy to see if we can become ranked for the first time in our program history. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, why don't you check out one of these videos?